welcome back to my channel and welcome to those of you who are new. My name is Tori and this is At Home with Tori, where I provide you guys with budgeting videos. I am not a financial expert, but I do like to share our budgeting and debt journey with you guys. So if you are interested in following along, make sure you subscribe to my channel and you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Today's video is going to be our last pay period for the month of May, which we had 3 pay periods for this month. So this will be our third and final pay period, which is technically like our first one for June. So basically, because it fell on the 29th, everything will be going towards the month of June. So even though this says May, it's really going to be for the month of June. If you guys like this budgeting sheet, it is one that I made and you can have one for yourself over on my Etsy channel, which I will leave down in the description below. I have all of the months individually, and then I also have a 12-month that you can get for a little bit cheaper if you want to purchase all 12 months at the same time. But I wanted to provide you guys with something that is similar to what I use for budgeting and is not crazy expensive as far as budgeting books can be. If you do purchase something off of my Etsy channel, know that you will be supporting me and my family and helping us get our debt paid off. I haven't explained this before, but I kind of updated my budget sheets recently, and one of the things that I put on here was so that you could understand the flow of my sheet a little bit better. But I have the start line right here, and we always start with our fixed expenses, and then there is an arrow down to show you to go to the cash envelopes next, and then an arrow up and over to show you to do sinking funds, and then finally the last arrow points down, and whatever is left over after those 3 boxes will go towards any extra debt and savings. Now, I do want to make one thing clear that I don't know if I've been clear about in the past, but I do always put our credit card payments in the fixed expenses. This is our minimum payment. So I always add this to our fixed expenses, and then any extra payments or extra savings will go down here. So let's jump right on into this paycheck budget. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be the last pay period for May. It's the 29th through the 11th of June, and it is going to be a budget of $1,500. I always do a budget for an amount that I know for sure will be coming in. We usually bring in a little bit more than this amount, but I don't want to do our budget based off of any possible overtime or anything that I make from my channel. So this is strictly what I know will be coming in. So usually what I do, which I don't actually show on this channel, not for any reason other than I just forget, but I will go in and actually make some adjustments with the actual side of the income portion of this budget, and whatever I know the paycheck will actually bring in, I'll put here, and then if there's any other income that comes in, I go ahead and add that there as well. So that will make this kind of fluctuate, and then anything that I get extra will be going towards debt and savings. So for our mortgage, we budget $433, and that is per pay period, not per month. I get a lot of questions about our mortgage and how cheap it is, but it is relatively cheap for a lot of places. It's about $866, and that does include home insurance, and it also includes taxes. So it is pretty cheap compared to a lot of places that I've seen, but that's just because of where we live and the housing market here. But yes, it is $433 a pay period, so it's $866 a month. And then tithe is going to be $200. Our car payment is $88. Hulu and Spotify, we get the student discount for this one, so it is $6 for our Hulu and Spotify, which we are able to get because I am still in school. Gasoline we put on a credit card, and it is the only credit card that we use now. I am making credit card payments, but that's from past purchases, past debt that we've had. And this is the only credit card we use now, and we strictly use it for gas. And that's so that we can get, the extra percentage back or whatever towards our Sam's membership, our Sam's Club membership. So that is going to get $49 this pay period. Have you guys been using a lot less in your gasoline expenses? Because we definitely have. That's like the most our bill has been in, I don't know, 3 months. So, and it's just because we actually filled up our cars recently. So it's kind of crazy how much we're saving on gas right now. And then for credit cards, our minimum payment is $100. So when we add all of that up, the total comes to $876 with a leftover of $624. Now we'll take that leftover $624 and we bring it down to our cash envelopes. I kind of debated about whether or not I was going to actually do cash envelopes this pay period or not. I was this close to going to get cash out of the bank. However, I realized that where we live specifically, the lockdowns have not been lifted very much. I'm still doing most of my grocery shopping online. If we have to go into Sam's, then we do the scan and go checkout. It just makes it a lot easier than having to stand in those lines for a long time. So that again goes onto our debit card. Anytime we eat out, we've been asked to pre-purchase the food instead of having to pay when we get there. So again, it's going onto our debit card. Our personal spending, we can't really go to any stores yet. So that again has been on our debit card. So the only thing that I would actually need to get cash for is the kids' commission. And it's just not enough to do a cash stuffing as much as I would like to do one of those right now. So I'm going to hold off for another pay period. We'll reevaluate next pay period and see where we're at, and maybe we can do the cash envelopes again. But for now, I'm just trying to do a spending tracker. And if you watched my previous video, which I'll link right up here, you'll see what I've been using to kind of keep track of all of this debit card spending. Okay, so we're going to go with our food budget of $350. And this does include our groceries as well as eating out. My husband and I are actually trying really hard not to eat out. We are doing some workout programs. I actually ordered a program from Amazon that is a Beachbody program. I was really considering doing Beachbody. However, the cost was just so much that I could not justify it. So I was able to find the program that I wanted to do on Amazon, and I just ordered that, got the DVDs. It actually came with 2 of the programs, and it was much cheaper than having to pay the monthly fee along with the yearly fee that Beachbody charges. We're really trying really hard to keep this to just grocery shopping, but with that, when you try to eat healthy, your expenses go up a little bit. So I'm going to keep it at $350 a pay period, which is $700 a month, because we've been doing pretty good with that allotted amount. And then for household, I'm going to do $10. For personal, this is mine and my husband's combined. We usually do $15 the pay period each. However, I'm just combining it all and putting it into a sinking fund on our Capital One account. Kids commission is going to be $24. I have a video that I can link up here to talk to you guys about what our kids' commission is, but basically it's just the way that we pay them for the chores that they do, and we follow a plan that Dave Ramsey does. And then for miscellaneous, we are going to put $20 in there. So when we add all of that up, we have a total of $434 with a leftover of $190. Okay, now we follow the arrow and come up to sinking funds. So we have $190 to work with for our sinking funds. Our cell phones, which I know you guys are tired of hearing me talk about it, but we do use Mint Mobile, which I will link right up here so you guys, if you have not watched my video before, can see all about Mint Mobile and how we save so much on our cell phone plans. And I will provide a link down below if you're looking for a way to save money on your budget. Cutting your cell phone expenses is a great way to do it, and I highly recommend Mint Mobile. Our auto insurance is going to be $55. So we pay our auto insurance every 6 months, and so we put it into a sinking fund so that whenever the 6 months rolls around, it is much easier just to have that money sitting there instead of trying to scramble for that big amount of money all at once. I am already saving for Christmas just because it does sneak up on you. And we did not have enough money. We had a good chunk, which is the first year that we haven't actually used credit cards for all of our Christmas, but we did have to put a little bit of it on credit cards, which we were able to easily pay off, thankfully, because we have been budgeting. But I don't want to put any of our Christmas spending on credit cards this year, so I'm starting early in May. Actually, I started in March, I think, putting a little bit of money aside. So we do $80 a month, $40 a pay period for Christmas. Our car maintenance is going to get $20 this pay period, and that is just for things like oil changes and registration and things like that, anything that might have to do with our car. Our house maintenance is going to get $15 this pay period. Our clothes/fun, sorry, having a hard time speaking, is going to get $20 this pay period. Our pets are going to get $15, and then our vitamins, which I buy mostly online, is going to get $15 as well. So when we add all of that up, it does equal $190 with a leftover of nothing. So I don't have anything extra from this pay period to put into debt or savings. However, anything that I get from this channel will be going towards debt and savings, like I said earlier. So even though I don't record it on here necessarily, I am still putting towards our debt. I need to do another updated debt video for you guys so you can see how much we've been able to pay off. And just know also that in these times, I'm not paying off our debt as quickly because I am putting a little bit extra in savings because these times are unpredictable. This is going to be it for our last pay period for May. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I want to know, do you guys want to see how I close out my budget each month? I still follow the Budget Mom's method of closing out our budget. And it's been a little bit difficult for me to get the hang of, but I think I finally got it now. If you guys do want to see it, let me know down in the comments below. And if I get enough people to let me know that they do want to see how I close out my budget, I will film a video for you guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so by clicking on that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!